War is like your stamp on the multiplayer suite. It's a brand new addition to Call of Duty. How did that idea come about?
It was one of those things that we looked at and we were like, hey, how can we bring this experience to the player? We see all these movies, there's all this history around it. What does that immersion look like? And it came down to, well, it's obviously attack and defending, like you're trying to get to these objectives, and just having that, like where it is Axis versus allies, like that is a big deal to put in there, and we felt the fiction worked really well with that, and so that's what we did.
How do you create such an atmosphere and the intensity in a multiplayer match like that?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts with that level of immersion that we wanted to bring to the player. Like having World War II, having such a rich history there, with these combat objectives, like, and knowing that that's what we wanted to bring, and having those single point objectives in a scenario, and being able to manage our spawn timers, our spawn distances, where you can go these choke points, and really kind of making sure that the team can work together to really succeed, and making sure that you have to coordinate with one another to know how to smoke the bridge so you can actually repair it in time to get the tanks across. Like there's so much going on and involved in that mode. Like
the single player game of Call of Duty has obviously got a lot of research into it, but I imagine the multiplayer does as well. What was it like working that into it?
Oh, it was great to research all these divisions, to research locations, to have. We work with Marty Morgan. He's our historian. He's our World War II historian. And he's just filled with knowledge about all these scenarios, working on the war mode, about like what was a real scenario, and how could we actually get that into the game, and how would that work, making sure the weapons are just solid and authentic, making sure our ammo counts are correct, and the Garand has the correct ping, and all the audio guys were able to capture all of the actual weapons, like realistically go out on the range with our historian. He'd tell a story about them, they'd fire the weapons, and that's what's in the game. So that's what you're hearing, authentic weaponry that's happening. There's just so much to work with. It's been a great experience.
Awesome, thank you for chatting with us, and pre-order to get access to the beta August 25th.